Well, since it's the beginning of the month and I always forget to run Void Tower, here we go. Welcome everybody, my name is BearCozy. If you don't know me, I strive to make not only entertaining but also educational videos. And right now, as you can see, we have Zatlux running Void Tower all by him badass self. Now, Zatlux, in my eyes, is a badass. I got him in pretty good gear. I just made a video about how to get 300% crit damage out of your heroes, and he was my main candidate. He was the one that I used in the example, and it worked out really, really well. Now, as you can see right now, there he is. This is only the first few floors. I am just starting out. This is the beginning of the video. However, we're going to do the multi up to 100. I think he usually starts to settle down around floor 70 or so. You should be able to see it. Right now we're on floor 3. We got 100 floors to go. And, well, we got 97 floors to go anyways. And he's a badass all in himself. Now, why am I doing this? Well, a couple of things. 2 reasons, right? The first reason is I always forget to run Void Tower until the end of the month. And then I'm like, oh, crap, I forgot to run it. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2, I want to get all the goodies after we clear it. And then, of course, this is going to be a full auto clear. I have made a video not too long ago, probably about a week ago. I have a full auto clear, 100% auto. From floor 1, you set it, kind of forget it, go away, come back in 20 minutes, and it should be done half an hour, something like that. And I made a full video about that. I should probably start adding these things in the description. During editing, I usually post the thumbnails on the screen so you could see it, but I always forget to put them in the description. And right now, that's because my schedule at work is split. I started a new job about a month ago now. I think I'm on week 4, and my schedule is split. So I record in the mornings, and then I go to work, and then I come back and I edit. And then, of course, I go running. I work out. I go running in the morning, and then I record. And then when I get home, I edit, and sometimes I forget what I was thinking about when I was recording. So there it is right now. So that's reason number 2, is I want all the goodies. And reason number 3, which probably should have been the very first reason to talk about, of course, how to get 300% crit damage on your heroes. And I used Zatlux, as I mentioned. So since I used Zatlux, since he was my primary example, why not show him off in Void Tower? Now I get it. This is normal Void Tower. Normal's fairly easy. However, not everybody has cleared normal Void Tower, or even the people that have cleared have struggled with normal Void Tower, especially those last 3 to 5 levels, right? It usually gets a little bit tough about 97 or so. Lots of Mathasia teams, and if you don't have the right heroes to counter Mathasia, of course, you spend time working on killing the enemy team, and then Mathasia just revives them all. And Yolanda is just as bad. She doesn't revive, but she puts up those massive shields for whatever amount of health that is missing. So if your heroes don't hit hard enough, if you're not doing enough damage right off the bat, Yolanda is going to shield everybody, and then you have to go through their health one more time. And then, of course, in the meantime, you're taking a ton of damage. So if you don't have enough damage, if you don't have the right team, that tends to be difficult. So I made a full auto team for Void Tower, 100 floors on auto. If you did not know, once you clear Void Tower once, all the way, then the auto feature becomes unlocked, and then you can auto. And even if you can't auto all of it, you can still auto as much as you can till you stop, and then you can manual. When I very first started playing the game, I first started doing Void Tower. I started with Winstrix, and I started with Nathalia. Now, why Winstrix? Well, the reason for that is simple. All of my heroes were too slow, and I did not know. And even though I had a suspicion that they were not fast enough, I didn't have the gear, and I didn't have the stats. I did not know how to make them go faster. Now that I've gotten some gear, I've spent some time in Queen of Tides, which was my recommendation to get gear. If you haven't seen that video, by the way, go check out that video. I will try to leave a link in the description down below on how to get over 300% crit damage. I'll try to leave that link in the description if I remember. I will really try to remember. I'll leave myself a sticky note or something, or maybe I'll add this at the end of the video, at the outro. So stick around for the end. And the thing for me was, when you're starting, right, you don't know what you don't know. And since you don't know what you don't know, it's hard to go in a direction. It's hard to pick a direction. It's hard to figure out, here's where I am. My heroes are at 180% crit damage, and that might be you. That's where I was for a long time. I still have some heroes at 180% crit damage, which is fine. That's where Antonua is. I geared her, I left her there, and she is okay there. Of course, I want to get more, but if that's where you are, right, and she takes a lot of turns, so for me, it's like, it's okay, because she takes a bunch of different turns, so you're getting to whack them 2 or 3 times in a row, unless you're in Endless Trial. In Endless Trial, she has taken up to 12 turns. I've made videos on that, showcasing her off, showing how many turns she's taken in a row in Endless Trial. And of course, I've taken screenshots. So if you've missed that, check that out. But if that's where you are, if you are at the point where you're saying, I'm at 180 or I'm at 150 and I just cannot break 200, how the heck did you break 300? Check out the full video. In a nutshell, basically, you start with Zatlux because Zatlux only needs 70% crit damage, or crit rate, excuse me. Zatlux only needs 70% crit rate. The other 30 he gets from his passive, so he only needs 70% overall. Some of that, some of the 70 you can get from his glyphs, and some of that you can get from his gear. The rest you can get from his gear, so that kind of narrows it down to about 65, 64. Something like that. I don't know the exact numbers. And of course, that makes it much easier to push crit damage, which means instead of using a crit rate ring, you can actually get away with using a crit damage ring as long as you have enough crit rate rolls. So that is the first thing. Start with Zatlux. The second thing I just talked about, instead of using a crit rate ring, try for a crit damage ring. That should help for you as well. Now you're pushing a lot more crit damage just because of the ring. And then use an attack percentage necklace to give him more attack. And you can actually look for either crit percentage rolls, crit damage rolls, or both, preferably both. I prefer my damage dealers to have both. 2 double rolls is where it's at. 2 rolls on crit rate, 2 rolls on crit damage. If you get 3 rolls on either one of those, that's great. If you get a quad roll, which is absolutely fantastic, that'd be great. You can always make up the difference somewhere else. So that's what I shoot for, and that's exactly what I talked about. My next suggestion, that's the word I was looking for, suggestion. My next suggestion was to take 1 month, run Queen of Tides 12, and just farm gear and roll your gear in 3s. Roll it to 3. If it rolls good, roll it to 6. If that rolls good, roll it to 9. And if that rolls good, roll it to 12. Leave it at 12 for a little while because 15 is extremely expensive. And if you are just starting to get good rolls, if you're just trying to get good rolls on gear, you're just starting to get good gear, I wouldn't roll anything to 15. Leave it at 12. And then when you have enough good pieces of 12 gear, that's when you start working on maxing them out at 15, seeing if you can get that last really good roll. If it rolls bad, that's okay because the first couple rolls were good. And if it rolls good, that's even better. And those are God tier pieces. And as I've mentioned, if you can, try to focus on keeping 6-star gear. So that's where we are. Right now, I'm a little bit pressed for time. But that is where we are. Zatlux is soloing this thing all by himself, which I think is pretty impressive. I realize that this is normal, and I'm not showcasing him and saying how great I am, because I'm not. But since I made a video on how to achieve over 300% crit damage, I figured why not show off Zatlux, and he's solo. By the way, he is my showcase champion. I know some of the people that I used to play Raid with, I still played a little bit of Raid Shadow Legends, not a whole lot, a little bit on the side, but some of my friends that I used to play Raid with have started playing Ace recently in the last month or so, and they're asking if I can leave Zatlux as a support hero. So that's exactly what I've done. They are struggling to clear campaign, especially the Mythic campaign gets a little bit sticky. There are a few points. Hard campaign, the end of hard campaign gets tough. The end of Mythic definitely gets tough, but there are some sticky points on the bosses where it's very difficult. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is if you want to borrow my Zatlux because you're struggling or you want to try him out, you want to use him, go ahead and send me a friend request. I will try to accept you. Leave me a maybe leave me a nice comment in the description or DM me, something like that on Discord. It's BearCozy on Discord. I have the same picture on my YouTube as I do in my Discord. I had the fuzzy bear for a while, which I absolutely love. Maybe I'll throw him up during editing again. That's kind of been my image. But I changed it to match so people know who I am because people were DMing me saying, hey, are you the same guy? I am the same guy. What you see is what you get. I like to have a good time. I like to showcase my progress. And since I'm not a whale, my progress is a little slower than a full whale's, obviously. But I like to have a good time because for me, it's all in progression. I have recently been offered a full end game account. A whale stopped, got tired, and quit. Said, do you want my account? And I said, absolutely not. Now, why did I say absolutely not? Well, the reason for that is, what am I going to do when I get there? Yes, you can run everything. You can run every single dungeon. Yes, you're very good in arena. However, what am I going to do? There is absolutely nothing for me to work towards. I have had end game raid accounts given to me, multiple accounts, and I played around with them. And in the beginning, it was very exciting. This is awesome. You could do anything. But then I was afraid to change stuff because when I changed things around, I wasn't the one that built the comps. And when I started experimenting and changing things around, the comps got out of sequence and then they stopped working. And then I'm left scratching my head. So I didn't want to do that. There's something about it when you build it yourself, right? When you do it yourself, you go through the trial. Yes, it does take a lot of time. But I think when you get that, there is a feeling of satisfaction because I did this. This is what I had, and I found a way to make it work. And I've mentioned this in a lot of my videos. I am a big on making it work. I'm very, very big on finding a way to make it work because the biggest excuse I hear people saying is, I don't have this champ for this comp, or I don't have this hero, so I can't make it work. It's not going to work. And what I always say is, other people have heroes that I don't have, and I have always found a way to make things work by experimenting with what I have. So use what you have. If you have something that somebody else doesn't, this AI is killing me. The guy's immune, and he just keeps attacking the same immune. He's really killing me. We'll see if he makes it here. He should. I got him in a revival set, so he is getting some healing back. Not a lot, right? Because he's not a health-based hero, so he doesn't have a lot of health. He doesn't have a lot of defense. But there we go. We're making our way through it. I really don't want to see that guy put up invulnerability. Hopefully we'll kill him. We killed him. Hey, there we go. The AI was a little stupid. Lost 2 turns on that one, but he's doing pretty good. Sometimes the AI doesn't work too well. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave this thing running on auto. He's probably going to stop somewhere around floor 70, floor 75. I'm not quite sure. I do have to get ready for work. I am going to finish up here. I'm not sure if you are interested in seeing how far Zatlux can go on his own. If you are interested, leave me a comment below. We can do that together. It's probably going to be a much longer video, right? But if you are interested to see how far he can go on his own, we can do that another time. I'll make a video about it. If you are interested, leave me a comment down below. Say, hey Bear, how you doing? I'm interested to see how far Zatlux can go, or I'm interested in such and such a team. If I have them, I'll show them off. I have, right now, I'm using Garonal a lot. I'm using Nathalia, of course, since I got her. I was one of the lucky people that downloaded the game when Nathalia was a promotion just for downloading the game. And I thought she was bad. In all honesty, I thought she was bad because I didn't have any heroes with buffs. And the gear was terrible, and my heroes were all around 100 speed. And of course, that makes it really, really slow. So that was cool. But that came at a cost to me because the very first account I had Valeria on. I did my newbie summons. I got the chance to pick Valeria, which was awesome. And then my first account would not sync to Google Play. And since I recorded on a laptop, it said if you log out, if you log in anywhere else, and if you log out of this device, your progress will be lost because there was an error. I made a video about that. There was some kind of a token error where it would not sync to Google Play, which means I could not buy anything, and I couldn't play this on anywhere else. So if the laptop ever goes down 6 months from now, a year from now, God forbid, I lose a year's worth of progress. So I had the tough decision to make where I had to log out, lose all my progress, start from 0. And then what I ended up doing is during my newbie summons, I got Hydrusia. Hydrusia is not really that great because she needs a lot of stats to make her work with the splash damage, and she's very, very slow. So the choices that I had were Zatlux and William were in the same temple, and then I had Hydrusia, and then the rest of them were not that good. So I made the decision to pick Zatlux and William. So for me, that's where it is. And then I got Nathalia to download the game. So I actually started with no legendaries and all epics. Right now, we are on floor 31 of normal Void Tower. Zatlux is doing his thing. He is getting deflected a lot versus fire, but he's still doing okay. That's one of the downsides with Zatlux is he does get deflected. He is weak to fire since he's wood, but he's got enough damage to just plow his way through. And being the hyena that he is, being the absolute monster that he is doing fantastic. here's what I'm going to do, guys. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me. I do have to go to work. I got less than a half hour left. I have to get ready, go to work. I am working a new job. I'm doing dispatch for a transportation company. It's been pretty cool. Challenging, but pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to stop the video after this run, and then we're going to pick up somewhere around floor 50, maybe something like that on the next video. And what I'm going to do, let's do one more, let them run. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this tomorrow, and then we're going to pick up where we left off, roughly close to it. And we're going to claim all the rewards together. Maybe even we'll pick up 10 or 20 floors after, because nobody really wants to see the first 30, 50 floors. If you want to see the first 50 floors, that's fine. I can do that. Let me know I can do that. But what we can do is let's go ahead and kill one of these guys instead of CC, because she's immune. I don't know why he keeps going for the immune one, but the AI is pretty bad. But let's go ahead and kill Antonua if we can. And it looks like we might not be able to since we're attached. Are we? No, we're not. Okay, we got through it. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up roughly where we left off. And then we're going to go through and claim all the spoils together as always. And then we're probably going to pull some shards and go from there. And then we're going to get right into Hard Void Tower. Last rotation, I ended up around floor 43, 44 because I actually didn't push at all. And we're going to pick up there and we're going to go through the next floors. And I'll show you what teams I'm using for what's working where, and exactly my thought process. So that's going to do it for now. We're going to go through and claim all this stuff together when we get it all. That's going to do it for me for now. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out, for watching the video. As always, do me a huge favor. Hit the subscribe button down below. That will be a tremendous help. Right now, I have more than enough watch hours in the 5 months that I've been making content. I have more than enough watch hours to get monetized. I desperately need your help. I need to get 1,000 subscribers, because these videos take a lot of time, and what I would like to do is I would like to monetize my channel. So if I get 10 bucks or 20 bucks a month or whatever it is, I would like to put that back into the game so I can actually start leveling some heroes. Right now, I don't have any resources. I don't even have enough stats to get into the content creator program until I get to 1,000 subscribers. Also, before I forget, I always keep forgetting. I wanted to claim all of our stuff, and I wanted to mention this very, very quickly. If you have not claimed your Sun Pyramid code, this is the code. You do get new stuff. Now, this is what you get with the Sun Pyramid code, and the code is right on the screen. The Sun Pyramid, I don't believe there's any spaces there. Go ahead and claim that. I wanted to make sure that you don't forget about this. I did make a post about this. If you did not see, you still have some days to claim this, I believe. And then I got my silver monthly card, and then of course I got my arena rewards. We're gonna do that together. I want to do all this together. I haven't leveled my elemental power at all, right? Ooh, I got some 4-star pumpkins. That's awesome. I haven't leveled my my elemental power at all, and I want to do that together. So we're gonna pick up another video. Smash that sub button. Do me a huge favor. That'd be awesome. Leave me a nice comment, and if you can, hit the like button. That will help me tremendously. I thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.